Hello, everyone in my econ land. How are you doing on today? I wanted to come and give you the final part of our Invest Smart 101. So, going to give you a little time to build an audience here on our private group. Matter of fact, I'm going to do some invites, see if some of you are available. It's almost 4 o'clock. Some of you might still be at your jobs, and if you are, bless God that you have a job. So I just want to make sure that we got in the last of our training. Okay. I think I turned that previous. I'm going to have to delete the previous video because I got interrupted. So don't worry about that one. This should be the one that you should be on at this present moment. Okay. All right, you guys. So we are here and we are wanting to get done our final part. Not going to be long. It's not going to be hard, not going to be strenuous. I always start off with a disclaimer that in my econ, what we do is we teach investment terminology. We are not brokers. We are not trying to tell you where to go to invest your money at all. But we are trying to jog your spirit and allow you to understand that investing should be a way of living. And my goodness, I wish that it was a household word or thing to life for me when I was a little girl. I really, really do. You know, we hear about spending money all of the time. We hear about obtaining things like paying the rent, paying the mortgage, paying for our cars, buying cars, buying a big house, a nice house, go get a job and get a good job and, get a good education. All of these things we often hear about. Hey, Teresa, we often hear about. And we don't, that's not a household word. And when you think about it, when I look back over the millions of dollars that my parents have probably had go through their hands and the millions of dollars that have gone through, although we have benefited and cash flowed over $1 million in 14 years, imagine all the years when we started as children. Where could we be today? Where could we actually be today? It's so compelling and so convicting that, I don't even want to argue with it. Sometimes people get to the point that they want to argue with the fact that we should move towards this or should be thinking about this. We even get at an age where we have been through so much that we're like, this is not anything I need to be thinking about or I need to be initiating. You're right. You don't need to be thinking. You need to be initiating. Everything that you learn to gather right now, you need to do it. You need to do it. And so this is encouragement. We are pushing you. This is the last 60 days of less than 60 of 2017. And this is the time that Ms. Pace and other leaders, I hope you caught the spirit that we're going to be pushing. We've got to push our way out of poverty into a better financial situation. And that's the title of my theme for the rest of this year and going into 2018 is push. Oh, I know some people in church that pray until something happens. I just simply mean push. I'm going to be pushing you and your pushing you in your back, pushing you in your mentality because, we can't keep stirring around the pot with things that we know should be better. We spend a lot of time repenting. We spend a lot of time saying, man, what I should have done, I know I should do. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. But do you know it is actually the time to actually make the effort to do better? You only have one life to live, okay? One life to live. We got one chance to get this thing. And then we have this moment and this opportunity to build legacy for our children so they can get it as well. I'm sitting here thinking that I think every day that I wake up and post to my children, I'm going to be posting images of words that say invest. I want them to get that into their spirit until they actually take this so serious, until they're not wasteful with their money and their mindset actually change and realize that there's a there's a positive habitual schedule to spend, saving, and investing. And investing is where we should get to. That's right, Scott. We should get to the point where we push. It's just we got to push. Some of us are, some of us at ground zero because we haven't pushed ourselves to even halfway out the box. And, but this is a time that we're not having this meeting this weekend for you to come and enjoy the fellowship. This weekend's meeting is about you actually pushing yourself to understand that you can't stay at the altar. At some point, you got to get up off the altar. It's good and well that we have lost, and we can talk about all the millions of dollars we have lost. We can talk about all the millions of mistakes that we have made. We can talk about all of the other things that have a super priority. Guys, y'all, we can be super spiritual if we want to, but the bottom line is my belief system that if you do some of the things that with the things that God has given you, listen, he has made you steward over these things. He made you steward over finances. And so I just feel an obligation to whatever it is that I can do, then I must learn naturally, and then I will allow him to do whatever he needs to do on a spiritual note, okay? So it's just time that we get this and we get moving, because we don't have much time to create legacy. Some of us are over 50 years old, and we haven't created very much for our children or our children's children, and now is the time. So this is part 4 of our final InvestSmart 101 training. And I probably bring it totally different from all the other leaders, because you know what? I'm not a numbers guru kind of business person. I'm just a desperate housewife and a loving mother who wants my children to do so much better because of what I can plant and impart into them. And I believe that I got some more desperate housewives and some more desperate fathers and husbands and some people out there that says, listen, I want to do this because I see somebody who can relate this information the way that I can understand it and at least get the help that I need. That's right. Give me some likes, give me some hearts, give me some frown, give me some wows. Let me know that you are there. So we're going to move on. I'm going to give you this very quick tutorial on the final piece of preparing yourself for investing. First of all, we're going to talk about your support tools. We've got to become better investors and asset builders by doing what? By acquiring a vision for a successful plan. You guys, you got to begin to see yourself in a better situation. It is so tough to see yourself when you see yourself. I'll put it like that. Very, very tough to see yourself when you see yourself. When you actually see reality, when you actually open up your bank account, when you've actually had a payday that looks like Mayday, it's tough to get a vision. But guess what? Push yourself to a vision, because you got to see yourself in a better situation. So the vision entails writing it. You know, we've got to slow down. I watched somebody on one of my Facebook posts had put up that they were staying away from busy people because there were so many people, when they tell them that they're busy, they're like, you too busy to be you too busy to take care of life. And they want to stay away from these busy people who don't have any type of solidity to their lifestyle, because they're so busy. And so to acquire a vision for a successful plan, the good news is that you guys actually have a vision that has been written for you with your My Econ business. We've got vision all over the place where you could just begin to print these things and follow them through, and they would actually help you. Your tools of operation, your visions, PCP plan, you got all kind of plans. Your vision is your cash flow strategist. These things are in your office, your back office. And if you will get them, we've done everything except for sit money in your lap, because the rest of the way you've got to take it. But we've given you all of the tools, which is next. It says customize your plan, and a customized plan has already been written for you. And it starts by taking care of all of the other financial matters that we have talked to you about: eliminating debt, saving on your taxes, getting your credit in shape, building an emergency fund, how to go out and do some investing, paying off debt, all those kind of things are there, minimizing expenses. Then the next thing is you got to learn to stay focused, which is some of the toughest things to stay focused. Why? Because number one, we're already in the rat race of being busy. We're in the rat race of taking on so much in our lives. We've got a job, we've got husbands, we've got wives, we've got children, we've got careers even that we will lose focus. We've got ministry, we've got everything in our plan except for ourselves. Okay, so you have to determine your level of sacrifice, okay, in order to get focused on your plan. You've got to determine your what your wasteful time. You've got to determine your pity time, because many of you spend countless hours pitying yourselves and pitying where you are. You've got to decide on what it is that you need to get rid of so that you can get focused and you can actually stay focused, okay? And I'm still Invest Smart 101. The next one is get rid of despair with hope and faith. So I know that everybody on here is not in the same condition, and we generally meet people, and I hear you calling me, talking to me, texting me, inboxing me at the meetings and so forth. And I know that there are a lot of people that are involved who are in despair. Matter of fact, you are just a mayday all the way. You got on a signal all the way into whatever it is. But you've got to take that despair off and begin to see yourself, at least gain some hope. You got to begin to believe, I can do this, I can do this. And then you got to dispel the idea that how you do this. A lot of people, when it comes to investing, and I used to think this so much, y'all, I'm not worried about it anymore, but it scared me half to death to even think about investing, because number one, when I thought about investing, I thought about trading. That's something I did not want to do. I thought about hundreds of dollars, something I did not have, did not know I had access to having. And I'm like, and then had made all these bills and stuff. And I'm like, I'm not going to even be able to do this. But we've got an opportunity to be a community of people who help one another. That's what I like about MyEcon, is that we can push one another to our great place, to our higher place. And our higher place has got to be wrapped up in hope and in faith. You got to begin to expect something different. And every morning that you expect something different, your expectations is going to cause productivity. Okay? Your expectation is going to cause productivity. And that's productive either in building your business, in eliminating your debt, in working on some area of your credit, in helping some area of changing your mindset. Somewhere you've got to change your expectation so that you can begin to produce what it takes, because faith without works is dead. And works without faith is dead. So we're pushing today, for those of you just joining, we're pushing you to the point that you got to do this, because you got to get in position to where you can invest, okay? Now, this little chart right here, we've gone through. If you want to go look at anything, go look at part 1, part 2, and part 3. We've talked about these areas. Just want to remind you that as you begin to invest, this is one of the areas that you have to understand yourself as to. This has got to be self-motivated. You got to have an understanding of where you are. And so right here, we're just talking about commodities, penny stocks, collectibles, stocks, bond, mutual funds, blue chip, common stock, real estate, growth mutual funds. When you talk about high risk levels, high risk earnings, these are at the top of the investment pyramid. Somewhere in the middle, when you got high grade preferred stock, bonds, funds, and you start going here, these are low risk investment options, okay? And so you have to keep that in mind, because there are some things we're going to talk about in just a moment that's going to help you choose your mixture of investments. It's going to help you make decisions. It's going to help you determine how you're going to invest and if you are a high risk or a low risk investor, okay? Now, 10 things to consider before you make investing decisions. Number one, draw a personal financial roadmap. We call ourselves giving you part of that. Now, make sure you give me some likes, hearts, wows, ooh, wees, or something, okay? Draw a personal financial roadmap. Okay, you guys don't have to do it as my economists, because we give you that roadmap. Again, your cash flow strategist, you should be familiar. You should also be familiar with your PCP plan. That should become something like your daily bread as to whether or not you are making it. Also, what's part of that personal financial roadmap is your budget, your cash flow manager budgeting system, because this is a personal roadmap. Budgeting is for everything. I'm telling you, if you don't start by budgeting, you won't have the answers to a lot of things that you need, because you will not have any type of direction. You will not know if it is there to help you. So you got to learn to budget, right? Okay, the next thing is evaluate your comfort zone in taking on risk. This is why I just showed you that chart, because you know that these are the options that are in the higher risk and the lower risk categories. So you got to determine what is your comfort zone? Are you a risk taker? Do you want to just put money into soft investment plans? Do you want to put your money into things like business investments, real estate? You want to take a chance on some major something that comes along? You can be the only person that makes that decision. And if you get with a broker and you give them all this on your heart, your mind, and your availability of your funds, then they can help you direct that as well, okay? But you still got to know this. Number 3, consider an appropriate mix of investment. Appropriate just means appropriate mix for yourself. It's not all within stocks and bonds, but there are other ways of creating passive income that you need to learn and to investigate the options for yourself, so that you can make those investments, okay? Then number 4, be careful if investing heavily in shares of employers' stock or any individual stock. Employer's stock, meaning that where you work, because there are a lot of factors that go with those stocks, okay? Your company can close. They could lose the shares in the company, go bankrupt. There's a lot of things that will go with that makes that high risk. And then also it would put you in one nest egg. If everything that you had was going just into your job area of investing, then what happens if you leave that job? What do you have to do? Right, Scott, Enron. That's right, Enron. So think about Enron and everybody who lost their money being in that company. And so you got to be careful about that. And so there are people who are educators. Educators have this problem understanding that, and I know it oh so well, because my husband's an educator, and I'm telling you, he would just get fighting mad because he sold out on teacher retirement when I would say, Jerome, we need to put our funds in other areas, because you would have to stay teaching umpteen years to get some of that money anyway. It's locked in. It's not easy to get to. The interest rate is not always, all those kind of things. We need a mixture. So I know the mindset of some people when they go to a job, they just slap happy. But I think emotionally it's easy because you don't have to study that long and you don't have to know very much. But somebody, that's right, diversify your mutual funds, and somebody will come and talk to you on the job. You believe their spiel, their height, they give you some annuities, you're good to go, you're okay. So emotionally, it is somewhat lazy, and it's easy because you don't have to find out everything about it. Okay, still 90% stocks, but in many different companies, right? So 5, create and maintain an emergency fund. Okay, we're still talking about investing and decisions consider before you make investing decisions. So you do want to be creating your emergency funds in the event that you lose money. You could put back emergency funds because that is right now money. And if you pull out of your investments, then we know that you pull out too soon, you get penalties for that. So you want to create and maintain emergency funds, something that you can get your hands on without penalties. Number 6, pay off high interest credit card debts. Why would you pay off high interest credit card debts? Simply because it's absorbing your money. That's money that you could actually be increasing your investments. Whatever mixture you're going to choose, you could increase, you could take that money and put it to that. Because a lot of people will say, well, I don't have $3,000 to invest, or I don't have. But when you look at your credit card debt and you look at the high interest rate and paying off those, what do they call, ongoing loans, paying those ongoing loans on a monthly basis, that become millions of dollars that you're actually throwing away, okay, because it's unsecured, has no collateral with it whatsoever. It has no value. Number 7, consider dollar cost averaging. We've already gotten a video on dollar cost averaging. That's simply monthly investments. And I'm not going to go in details. You want to know anything about that, go back and watch the other videos. Then number 8, take advantage of free money from your employer. So that free money to me is, for instance, on my job, when I worked in the corporate world, I could invest my money and they would match it 100%. So if you have an employer matching fund, then yes, they can match that. Okay. Now, number 9, consider rebalancing portfolio occasionally. So every now and then, you've got to go back and take a look. You know, yesterday, I was taking a look at one of my investments and they had me at low risk. And so I was like, now, how did I guess I chose low risk to begin with. And so I wanted to allocate more percentage over here and less over there. And so I re-clicked that thing, redid that thing. I was like, okay, I'm going to change this because high risk means I know what it means. And so that's where I want more money to go so I can make more money, get a better rate of return on my investment, okay? And then number 10, avoid circumstances that can lead to fraud. Okay, let me give you something. Years and years and years ago, there was a gentleman that came through and they hit the churches. I forgot his name because it's actually public information because he's public enemy number 1. But he came through even in Arkansas, and he went to the churches and told them to put up a certain amount of money, cash. And if they gave them all of this cash, I mean, pastors and congregations were meeting everywhere. If they came up with this certain amount of cash, give it to him, invest it, they would turn around and give $1 million for their ministry. Oh my God. What is his name? Kennard. I think it's Kinard. Okay. Yes, it's exposure because it's public information. Okay, I'm going to look that up and see if that's really the name. Kinard. We can go searching for that. But this gentleman took a lot of people because that's what you call a pyramid scheme. That's what you call outright lying. And then what is the other part? What do they call it? They have shows on cable about it. Who do they call these people? Ponzi schemes and things of this nature. So those of you who are looking for get rich quick, it certainly is not in my econ. That's not what we teach. And this is what they're talking about, avoid circumstances that can lead to fraud. Okay, get rich quick schemes. Put all your money in here, take all your money out of your investments. And if you just put out your whole, this is what we're going to turn around and give you. And you don't have any products for that. You have no performance history. You can't look at how this is performed over the years or anything like that, okay? And incidentally, this information just came straight from the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, okay? So I'm only reading something that's been available for you to go after. Yes, Ponzi schemes. That's exactly right. Now, I hope you guys are enjoying this little training. Okay, and so other things to consider, right? Other things that we consider before investing is our age. I'm 52 years old. I'm sorry, y'all thought I was 22, but I'm 52. And I might, at 52, I'm at the point where I might want to be stable. Not telling you to be stable, because this risk girl, like, hey, didn't have nothing, no way. Some of y'all might say, look, I want to take my risk up, but I need to know my age. How long do I have before what do they say? I might die at what age? And so do I have long enough for this investment to work for me? You got to consider that thing, what you got going on with yourself. That's why I told you get a budget. Then number two, your desired retirement year. So you've got to know, I'm 52. I want to retire actually in 5 years. I'm done with this. Y'all watch me. I'm prophesying to myself 5 years. That's it. And I'm gonna be retired. I'm gonna be working my businesses, but I'm gonna be a real business owner. Okay. You gotta know some of these things and make them up. And that's part of your vision that should be written, not up in your head. It should be written, because you got to put a specific plan to how that's going to happen, right? Number three, amount of money set aside. How much money do you have set aside? Now, many of you could cover all this if you would actually go and do your cash flow strategist, okay? The amount of money that's set aside right now and the amount of money that you can set aside eventually to make the type of investment you want to. And then what does your present portfolio look like? You need to go research. What do I have going on? Do I have trying to share with new members? Okay, your new members, Nathan, should actually be inside of I want more. So you got to go and add them to the members so that we can allow them to get in, okay? And I know one of them didn't want to be on GroupMe, so I think I found them on Facebook, but I didn't go after them because I didn't know how sensitive they were going to be. But so you got to know your present portfolio. I might have spelled that wrong. I think I did. Okay, present portfolio, you should know what that looks like. You might even be at the point to where that portfolio is not giving you what you want. And so what you could do with that is roll something over, or you may have enough to roll a certain amount over to do some other investing, right? Just sharing a bunch of stuff that things that for you to think of. Then you got to understand your tax consequences, okay? For doing anything, it is rolling over better than taking out. What's going to happen to my money if I get it out too soon, if I go this direction? You got to go look at those things. Then you might consider the fees wherever you're going to invest your money. We talk about no-load mutual funds. Go look that up. Go look that up and see what it means, no-load mutual funds, and that might help you a little bit. Then you got to consider your health, which could have been up there with age and your retirement year, because some people might have a disease that is incurable, but yet they're praying and believing God, and so they don't know how much time they have to live, but they might have an expectation of 10 more years, even if the doctor told them to. So they might want to invest some more, or pull their risk level back, live now, withdraw now, whatever the situation is. You need to consider that, okay? Because you got to put your beneficiaries on there as well. You got to make sure that you have whatever you have stored up, that you have somebody in line to get it in the event that you move on. Then you've got then number 8, do you have any liquidable assets? Okay, assets, sometimes people just think about stocks and bonds, but don't y'all know that assets can be things in your house? You could have a rummage sale, you could have jewelry, things that you could actually liquidate and build the type of funds that you need to do some other investing. You might have a lawnmower. It might be worth it said where these kind of fit, where will your starter investment come from? Okay, so some people say, I just don't have any money. And we found locations where you could put as less as $5 in there and build more to it. So, do something. Just don't do anything, but consider these things when you're getting ready to do it, and do what? Make a plan of action, okay? Now, I put these no-load mutual funds up here. In no way are we making suggestions. I put up some popular ones. As we said in the other video, there are hundreds and hundreds of mutual fund companies and families out there that y'all could be searching all day long. This is stuff that be on TV, okay? Then I'm just reminding you that you have your financial calculators, you got your cash flow strategist. You can go to this link right here. You can go to bankrate.com and listen, I'm going to switch this video and I'm going to actually go online. Okay. All right. Let me get a share. I'm going to change what I'm sharing. Share has stopped. Okay. Okay, you guys, I am actually sharing now. Okay, I should be back. All right. All right. We back up. All right. We are back up. I hope you guys are enjoying this. Now, I'm just going through some information and some websites, and I am not making any recommendations. My goal here is to show you that it is simple for you as an individual to go, once you answer those questions, to go after what it is that you need, okay? So I want to show you with Betterment. This is betterment.com. Anybody want to type this in can do so. I'm going to pull my picture over where it doesn't cover up what I'm trying to do. Okay, so rethink what your money can do. Get a free investing checkup. Now, this is what you call a investment company, where you can actually go on here yourself and go through some things and you know, go look that up. I don't want to go in details. It's supposed to be short. So Alex Say, head of advice at Betterment. Okay, so let's get started. All right. Now, are you currently investing? I'm going to go ahead and put no right here. Now, it says this checkup is mostly helpful for people who are currently investing. Click continue to be taken to another tool that walks you through how investing could be beneficial to you. Okay, now we're going to continue. Now, Alex is going to be guiding us. Let's get started. Are you retired? We're going to say no. Okay. What's your primary reason for investing? Saving for retirement, general investing, saving for emergency fund, saving for a major purchase. All right. We're going to say saving for retirement. Okay. Do you have debt? Okay. We're going to continue. Let's see what we got. Saving for retirement. All right. Are you currently investing? We're going to say no. Okay. We believe investing is the best way to maximize your money. Our easy to use interface. Just keep going. Okay. Let's continue. Please use the total amount your household could potentially invest. An estimate is fine. You can update this at any time. I'm going to say $100. We're going to continue. Analyzing. Look at that. Look how simple. Yes, that's betterment.com. Now, look how simple that is. Okay, great. Let's review. Okay, access financial with us, 100 gain, investments, confidence, no minimum to. Okay, so I'm just showing you pay one low annual fee. Okay, I'm just showing you that you have options. Okay, and we're going to continue. You got options. Okay, now let's go back to Betterment. We're going to go in here and we're going to go back and see. It was something I found. I'm going to just type it in instead of going back. I'm going to type it in again. And we're going to do another scenario with Betterment. Okay, get free investment. Let's get started. Okay, are you currently investing? No. Okay. Let's get us some guidance here. Let's get started. Are you retired? No. Okay. Do you have debt? Learn more. We recommend paying off high interest debt before investing. All right. We're going to go up here and save for emergency fund. They still talking about. So let's just click on learn more. All right. When we learn more, should you invest or pay off debt? Deciding how to tackle debt while trying to invest can be overwhelming. Betterment's 5-step action plan is a clear strategy to maximizing your dollars smartly and effectively. All right. Now look at what they do. They go down here and give you some remedies. Our 5-step action plan. Okay, so even Betterment is doing the same thing that My Econ has been telling you forever, is that if you're going to invest, you might want to consider paying off your debt. If not, and you don't have any debt, Um, click yes, continue, and this thing will talk back to you. All right, that's all I'm trying to show you. Then we're gonna go over here at an option. You can download the app on your phone, acorns.com, or you can go on the computer. Acorns invest as low as $5. You got it's another one, start with an S. Stash.com. So we're just showing you how you can go in here and you can look around, and they have information. Start investing now. You just simply click on start investing now, and wow, set your stuff up, and then go through the process, and they're going to talk to you. They're the same way. They're going to talk to you, but you got to know what you're going to talk about when you get to these people, right? Okay, here's one, TD Ameritrade. We go in here, we got rollovers, we got small business, retirement. If you know the answers to what it is that you're trying to, investment products, click on investment products. How about investment products are here? Okay, you got open a new account, follow their instructions. You can go over here to mutual funds. All right, you began to look at the different types of mutual funds if that's what you're looking for. All right, and they're going to walk you through. It's just that simple. Look over here. I'm winding down. E-Trade. Look at E-Trade. Account types, brokerage, retirement, all this kind of stuff. Open an account. Go in there, and they'll tell you what to do. Look at this one. I went to T. Rowe Price, and I just went to mutual funds on T. Rowe Price. Let me back out of here and show you how I did that with T. Rowe Price. T. Rowe Price, if you go on T. Rowe Price, you're going to have an option of over here. Okay, you can see mutual funds, my accounts, get started, and personal investing. Let me go one more because I wanted to show you the choice. Okay, if you just went to troweprice.com, they would, no thank you. Right here, you have a whole drop down. What are you trying to do? You're trying to personal invest, right? So you would click on that. With my accounts, if you don't have one, then you got mutual funds you can go over to, and then you can turn around and go to stock funds. All right, and you can begin to read up on stock. Now you can get caught up all day reading. That's why, to me, look here. You can look there and you can research these stock funds, and then you can go in and call somebody and say, listen, risk potential, higher, higher, higher. Okay, so then you can actually call the workers there, and what does that mean? What does this mean? Right? Take down your notes and ask, what does this mean? All right. And then go in there and make you some choices. All right. That's as simple as that. Money market funds. You talk about that, do some research. But remember, like I said, you can search all day because there's hundreds and hundreds of people that you can. I was even looking at Ally Bank, okay, which Ally is a bank that does cars. So they finance your cars. How about going and buying some stock in them? Capital One, they finance us with credit cards and everything else. So then here, Investopedia. You want to know some information on Investopedia? Let me show you what I did. I typed in investment options, turned around. It gave me investment 101. All right. That should come up in a minute. I hope y'all enjoying this. Y'all let me know if you're enjoying it. Give me some fingers, feedback. All right, investment 101, types of investing. Look at here, you just got smart. Because anything you don't understand, turn around and go to Investopedia, and it is just all kind of information. But just stop somewhere, okay? Just stop somewhere because you'll go crazy. And somewhere in Investopedia, it gave me a list of yes, compare popular online marketing. Look at there. Betterment is there. TD Ameritrade is there. It also will give you some options of places that you can invest for less than for $100 or less. Read the information. It is there. Okay. So let's see. Let's click off of that because I ain't done yet. We're going to click off of there. We're going to bring Investopedia over here. We're going to bring that over here. Look at this one, you guys. Goodfinancialsense.com. Somebody put that on there. Goodfinancialsense, CENTS How to invest $100. Okay, look here. All right, now they got videos here. How to invest $100 like a financial expert. Wow, I got a whole list of robo-advisors right at the top. Savings account, lending club, Alley Invest, yourself, start a business, stash, travel, index, debt, thrift savings, Roth IRA, several different things. Remember, we talk about a mixture, and having business is an investment. Look at here, start a business. We're talking about $100, $100 or less. And there is an option on here for you to start a business with $100. That's what you did in MyEcon. Is that if you would look at the rate of return that you would get for helping people in the long run from our residual income, you would begin to see that MyEcon is an investment. It's not just any old networking company. It was a part of your investing so that you would have a portfolio for retirement. Imagine if you built your MyEcon business to where you had over 600 satisfied working individuals, business owners who are still working across the world, sharing this with their children becoming a part of this. Listen, you guys, all y'all be doing was loving on people and sharing information and sitting back and watching your checks drop. That's called passive income. What you did when you invested in MyEcon is passive income. But how about you got to put the same time and investment and strategy to it that you would if you went to stocks and bonds. All right. So do we have any questions? Any questions? I'm going to wait and see if we have any questions. Remember, for those of you who are coming in last, I am not telling you to go anywhere. I just did some research online to show you that the information is there. It's very simple. Pick one. If you want to stop at the first one, instead of spending all day trading information, looking smart, I don't believe in all that. I believe in doing. Get your $100, get your $5, squeeze out the first debt that you pay. If you want to pay off a debt and say, listen, I got $50 a month back into my pocket and I'm going to pay the other debt off, but I really need to get my investment started. Put that $50 up, $25 up, put that $5 in there, and then start your $3,000 emergency fund and put the other 10 in it, just to break the spirit of doing nothing, and then set a plan to continuously increase. Your MyEcon $35 and your $75, your $70, and the more people, that little bit right there can help you with your emergency funds. It can help you with your investment funds right there. You say, well, I ain't got $10 to invest into another program that will allow me to. Well, make $10 in MyEcon and let that go into your investment account. All right. Where there's a will, people, there is a way. And, I think of the scripture that says that God has made an escape. He's made a way out of everything that we go through. He's made a way. Listen, you got a way. You just got to get to the way, get to doing, go the way that's been made for you. And the way that's been made for you is through MyEcon, financial education and business profile. All right. All right, you guys, that's it for today. I hope that if you have not made up your mind to be there on Saturday, you would do what you can to get there because we are preparing. This will be our last event training. I'll be training on the phone, but I will not be doing this. And hopefully we will constantly be building our business through the holiday because businesses don't shut down. They actually increase their marketing. So I want to see all of y'all increase your marketing. All right. Have a great rest of the evening. God bless. This has been Clarissa Pace, Executive Vice President, Platinum with MyEcon Incorporated.